Hello everyone, this will be my final video for this series. This is one last bonus video. I know most people prefer using montages rather than the level sequencer, so I'll be updating the state tree gameplay interaction system to account for montages rather than the level sequence. And yeah, so let's jump right in and let's jump into Unreal. In our state trees, in the get enemy, well actually not even get enemy, sorry, get treasure chest, we have this play interaction sequence, and I told everyone that most people, I was going to do the interaction method because that's what most people would be interested in, but we can actually just do the play montage method, which I think most people would end up doing anyway. So let me just show you the montage method. It's just literally going to be come to fab treasure chest and let's get our animations. So we have two animations here which are linked and open linked. Now we use this bait tree, so all we need to know is which events that need to happen. Just that's the one that we need to double check on, just so that we can replicate it. So we need a disable smart object event, and we need the equip weapon event. Okay, that's fine, and these two we don't need. Okay, so let's create two montages. Money opening chest linked, and create a montage for, oh sorry, not retarget, a treasure chest open linked. Now I will say one advantage that we won't have in this by using montages is we can't keep the end position of this chest, so it will close back to its original at the same time. So just be aware of that. Now I'm going to do it on Manny because it's a little bit easier to see. So, and I am going to just do montage notifies, not actual. Shall I do? Yeah, actually I'm just going to do a montage notify. So montage at right click, add, well sorry, remove, yeah. So on here we need to equip weapon, and then at here, no actually I'm just going to do it at the end, yeah, disable at the end. Okay, so now we're going to come to change, create a new task, state tree blueprint task, and call it STT play interaction montage. Alright, enter state. Sorry, we don't want a macro. Let's get our treasure chest, and this will be a context character, so BP, so treasure chest, and context, duplicate enemy ref BP enemy base. And literally I'm going to get enemy, get mesh, and I'm going to pick one and then delete it just to get the mesh, and then play montage. get it put into skeletal mesh. Now you can, and actually I'm going to do it, interact the montage to play, and then on notify begin play, so promote a switch is equal to, sorry, and I'm going to change this to a variable, so montage interactor montage name notify name. And the reason is we want to make this dynamic as possible, so we need to make sure that this is up. Now, as this is going to be on event exposed on spawn, but I am going to just copy the default name that I have, because I know that I will definitely misspell it, so the default name will be the correct one, but then we can obviously change it. And on equip play, we would have another task, we could do another broadcast, but I'm just, for argument's sakes, just going to copy all of this here and just paste it. Now we can get rid of this one here and replace it with the treasure chest. Likewise, we know that he is carrying, if he's an enemy ref, he has to have a BPC, so get BPC weapons manager, so we can just link that there. We don't need to really check on it. So yeah, and so that's that part done. Actually, I'm going to shift delete this, so it's one. So that's there. Then I'm just going to duplicate this. And so this is happening at the same time. We're going to smart object montage to play, and we're going to get our mesh from our smart object, so get mesh. Oh, this is skeletal mesh. I'm just going to delete the float and put it in there. Now on finished or on completed, I'm just going to get this value here, which is TC opened, and the endpoint will be connected to treasure chest. And now we still, yeah, and there's the other thing that we need to do, which is finish task. And now, because of the way we've done it up, these animations are linked together. In effect, they're contextual animations, so they should finish at the same time, so we don't really need to check for if this one is finished or that one is finished, because they're going to both run at the same time and both do it at the same time. So I'm now just going to state disabled, and I'm going to add a sibling state and call play interaction montage, and on state completed, go to next state, and the task will be to play interaction montage, and it's already there for me, so I should now be able to do it. And let's hope for the best, and I'm going to change one of these back to sword, because I don't like that they're both ones. So run up to this guy, run up to that guy, Oh, I know why. We haven't added the notifiers to it. So, expose on spawn, expose on spawn. Come here, interaction one will be AM open money chest linked. Smart object will be AM treasure chest linked. Now it should work. Let's run to these guys both running. Okay, now I'm confused. Why is it not playing? Ah, so rotate, okay. So this should be next state, sorry. Because we want to go to the next one and the state's not enabled. Run to these guys. Yeah, so they're playing the montages. Ah, okay, so there's one problem and I forgot all about this, and this is why I didn't do the montage method. We can't play montages without having an animation blueprint for the treasure chest, so the treasure chest won't open. So we're going to have to very quickly, because it's very tired, it's 10 PM and I'm super tired, I'm going to have to create a very quick sorry, get rid of this was a mistake. Create an animation blueprint to tell it to play montages on, and if we're going to do this we might as well create a proper one. So I'm going to have to, yeah, this is animation one's a bit crowded, but it has to go in there because it's an animation blueprint. Okay, so this is the animation blueprint. And let's open up, because we can close all of these down because we know that they're working, or they should be working. Now I want to get the SO animation blueprint first so I can know what to talk about. So animation blueprints, basically what happens is you have an event graph which is just linked to your variables, like your normal event graphs, and then you have an anim graph which is basically telling you what is the output pose. Now we don't really have, we only have two states in this one, opened or closed, and we can essentially tell the animation blueprint to which pose it should be in. So we have this variable here called opened or not, and I'm going to if this is private, I'm gonna make this, I just want to choose it, sorry, I want to just check its references, and I want to make sure I haven't put any references outside of this blueprint, because I'm going to make it private otherwise. Okay, yeah, so it's just in this blueprint, so that's good. So I'm going to add a function called get has opened, and make this, and rename this to has opened. Now we already, thanks to our blueprint, we have a, where is it, a closed animation. Now I also want the open animation at the end, so essentially, and I'm going to stop it, this value here. So I'm going to create asset from the pros and create a, yep, and I'm just going to call it a chest open. Okay, and this is literally, yep, okay, that's fine. So we now have our opened and closed animations for it, and we're going to have our open variable. So first things first, we want to essentially do, if that variable opened is on, then we play our open animation. If it's not on, if it's false, then we play our other one. So we're going to first of all on blueprint, not initialize animation. Initialize animation is basically the begin play. It just happens after the animation has started. So we're going to try to get owner cast to BPSO. Okay, sorry, this is not porno now, because this is this, our treasure chest is just an actor class, so it's not a pawn, so it's cast to BP SO treasure chest, and just get the reference. And yep, I'm just gonna say treasure chest ref. And what we want to do is on this blueprint update animation is the tick function, and we literally just want to get the get has opened. And just to be on the safe side as well, I'm going to convert to a validated get and literally promote variable has opened. Now, then we can say get this value, and we're going to do a blend by ball. So if it is false, then we're going to get the closed animation and just take that one. And if it is opened, we're going to get this one here, and that we just created, and we're just going to put this in. So first one is false. Now I'm just going to disconnect it for a second just so I can check myself. So now I'm going to change it to open, false. Yep, so just as we would accept. Now, one thing we want to do is we still won't be able to play our animations. So what's going to happen is the final output pose would either be this. Now we want to say if you want to play an animation, we have to give it a slot to play on. So I'm going to say slot, default slot. And this basically means, so we go from left to right. We try and play whichever animation that comes out of here. Then after that it's done, we play whatever animation's here. So this one will have more priority than this animation on the left. And now, if I come here and I change this to animation blueprint and do ABP treasure chest, and I'm hoping if I run here, yep, it gets the one. And yeah, that's so it's technically what it's doing is ending the animation, going back. That requires more fixing, and Hi everyone, so I was going to leave the tutorial as is, but then a couple of days later, I realized that there's actually a really quick and super easy fix, so I thought I'd just do it. So this changes from closed to open whenever this boolean changes, and we get this boolean from the BPSO treasure chest on tick, and this happens when the TCO, let me just find it, sorry. This happens when the TC open event happens. So, and that's called at the end of our animation. So if we go to play interaction montage, we do that on when this first animation is completed, and that's actually wrong. Let's just get rid of this one. If we put this here and we do it when the change weapon happens, then theoretically, if I've done this right, it should just mean that this open boolean will change halfway through the sequence, and also then the treasure chest states will change as well. So let's just come here. Okay, so let me just run towards both of them. Yep. Okay, so they open it, they grab it, they spawn the weapon. It's in open state, and yeah, the treasure chest is now no longer doing that flickering of, well, it's not going from closed back to closed and then opening again. It's staying where it should be. So yeah, that's it, and we solved our really simple problem. Congratulations, you have replaced the level sequence with montages, which you're hopefully more familiar with. This is the final video in the series, and I hope you enjoyed it and you have a better understanding of smart objects, state trees, sequencer, and creating and editing your own animations. I hope you have found this tutorial useful in some way. If you have, please comment, please like, share, subscribe, do everything you can. I really appreciate it. And remember, this is just my way of completing this tutorial, not necessarily the right way. See you in the next one.